One of the newest saints in the Catholic Church shows us that not always do you need to publicly disown yourself from your life of riches to live a life as a saint. You can be like Saint Pier Giorgio Frassati, who never publicly came to his family telling them what he was doing, but they found out when he died the holy man he was. So let's talk about this saint that I've grown to love the last couple months, and hopefully you can learn to love too. Pier Giorgio was born on April 6, 1901 in Turin, Italy. From the outside, his future looked completely set up for him. His father, Alfredo Frassati, was one of the most influential men in Italy. He founded the newspaper La Stampa, later serving in the Italian Senate. It later became Italy's ambassador to Germany. His mother, Adelaide, was an accomplished artist, so the Frassatis had wealth, influence, and every opportunity imaginable. But behind closed doors, their home life wasn't particularly happy. His parents would constantly be fighting. While they were technically religious, religion wasn't a major part of the family. Faith would often take a backseat to politics, social status, and advancements. Growing in this environment, you would think that Pier Giorgio turned critical, but instead, he turned to Christ. From an early age, Pier Giorgio developed a deep love for prayer. He would attend Mass frequently and spend long hours before the Blessed Sacrament and praying the Rosary. Prayer often led his actions. The Eucharist often led to charity. His love for Christ naturally overflowed into love for others. He constantly visited families living in terrible conditions, bringing them food, medicine, clothes, money, and other materials like that. He often emptied his own pockets to help others. If he had money for a train ticket, he would give it away and walk home. If someone needed a coat, he would simply hand his over. Sometimes he would return home without shoes. Most of the people he helped didn't even know who he really was. And his parents had no idea why he kept losing his shoes and clothes and all. He also had a great love for nature and would love going on adventures with people. He loved sports, photography, and cracking jokes. So he would take people on hikes in the mountains. While he was doing it, he would teach them about religious symbols and about his faith, and had a famous saying, "To the heights." This meant not merely just the heights of mountains, but the heights of holiness. To this day, these three words have become a model for countless young Christians, including myself. During this time, in the early 20th century of Italy, as conflict between different political parties were growing, of socialism, communism, nationalism, and fascism, many Catholics withdrew from public life. Pier Giorgio did the opposite. He joined Catholic organizations, determined to show the dignity of every human person. He wasn't interested in winning political arguments. He wanted society to be built off of Christ. His courage often got him in trouble, including being insulted, threatened, physically attacked, yet he refused to hate those who opposed him. His charity extended even to his enemies. He very clearly answered the question that we must all ask ourselves: can ordinary people become saints? In the summer of 1925, a terrible sickness overthrew him. He got polio. He caught this disease most likely from helping take care of the poor and all. At the same time, his grandmother also had passed away, so his family's attention were drawn towards her and her funeral, and so he was able to offer up his suffering in silence, even while he was dying. He worried more about the poor than about himself. One of the final notes he ever wrote wasn't about his pain. It was an instruction about making sure the medicine will still reach the poor people he needed the help. Even at the end, he thought of others and not himself. And so on July 4th, 1925, he died, only at the age of 24. Which is only 1 year older than myself, which is crazy to think about. What shocked his family was when it came to his funeral, thousands of poor people started showing up, lining the streets, and only then did his parents figure out of the lifestyle he was living behind their back. He had spent his whole life taking care of the poor, helping others, being a witness for Christ to others, and bringing people closer to Christ. He's a perfect example of a modern saint. He didn't do anything that brought great glory to himself. He simply helped the poor and would do what all of us can do. I live in Alaska right now. I can hike in the mountains. I can take people with me and just talk about Christ with them. That is what he did. That is what we can do. Find ways to go into nature, do whatever hobbies you like. Take your friends along and not hide the fact that if you wear a crucifix all around you, or whatever it is, don't hide the fact that you are Catholic and be willing to talk about it with others. So I end this video by saying you can be called to holiness too in your ordinary life by just being a witness for Christ. I'm praying for you. Please pray for me. Saint Pier Giorgio Frassati, pray for us all. Peter Wary, signing off.